Smith County, Virginia, located in the mountains of Southwest Virginia, offering outdoor adventures and small-town charm. Details online at visitsmithcountyva.com.
There's really no such thing as instant gratification. Even fast food is not really fast. Someone somewhere put work into that meal long before you ate it. And things that arrive quickly can easily leave you unsatisfied and hungry for more. We are always being sold shortcuts. Riffs, hacks, and oddly fast recipes seem to abound. But things take much longer than we are led to believe. And frankly, I'm comforted by this truth. Just like a great marriage, it definitely doesn't happen overnight. A lasting marriage is about commitment, resilience, and endurance. Much like the hard shell of winter squash, it should be difficult to pierce. The inside is both sweet and nutty. It's filled with hundreds of seeds that can be saved and planted for a future harvest, and has a long shelf life. Winter squash can feel quite daunting, but with genuine effort and time, the outcome is elegant and rich in character. Hi, I'm Chef Missy, and I'm the French Magnolia, a true blue Southern gal with French ancestry running through my veins. My husband Thomas is a wine expert and hospitality veteran. Throughout our careers, we've worked for some incredible restaurants and hotels, from Atlanta to New York City to Charleston, South Carolina, to the edge of a mountain at a 5-star Relayan chateau. But pretty soon, the French Magnolia, a luxury movable feast company, was born. We pour into your home and set an elaborate stage for a multi-course culinary and wine experience. We settled in Bristol, Virginia, a good place to live. And when we're not working, we love connecting with local farms and Appalachian culture. From farm, field, garden, and stream, to chef and somm, to the table, all in one day. This is the French Magnolia Cooks. Just outside Bristol, on the outskirts of Abingdon in Southwest Virginia, there is the small but abundant and fertile River Valley Farm, stewarded by David King. His land feels like it's somewhere over the rainbow, even though it's really right around the corner. The only catch? You can only access David's farm by a 50-foot swinging bridge that dangles about 40 feet above a shallow river. David is kind and deeply knowledgeable on sustainable and organic farming practices. And I'm on the hunt for organic winter squash. A palpable richness of blessings fill the air. David, thank you so much for letting us be here.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
This is so special.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me, how many acres do you have here?
So 47 total. There's 35 acres of woods, and there are like 12 acres cleared here in the flat.
You're very protected here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels very safe, like a hug,
Yeah.
a woods hug.
Right.
So the name of this farm is River Valley Farm.
It is.
And tell me the provenance of the farm and how you came to live here.
Back in 1995, we moved from Pennsylvania. We wanted to live in this area. We had friends here. And so we found this farm. We actually built the footbridge the first summer.
That's a scary bridge. I have to tell you, when I saw that bridge, I went, oh no.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me how many children you have total.
8 children.
8 children.
Yeah.
That's a lot of children. It's August now.
Yeah.
And the winter squash are ready.
They are.
It's amazing. You always think of winter squash or fall squash being harvested only in the fall. But the soil is really lush here, really nutrient dense.
Most common are the butternut squash and the acorn squash. Now this is a little more rare squash, but I grow it because it's very sweet. The name of these is autumn frost.
Autumn frost.
Yeah.
I love that. It sounds like a music album. Okay, whoa!
Yeah, we got in out of the rain.
Yeah, that rain just came down on us, but
Yeah.
it smells. The smells are so incredible. I love the smell of soil.
Oh yeah.
I just love getting in that dirt in the spring. I just look forward to it so much.
Sure.
Tell me about your soil and what you do to build up nutrients and compost. Tell me your journey in that.
Okay, so I use a mixture when I do cover crop. I do Austrian winter peas, daikon radish, clover, winter rye.
And so those get jumbled together,
Mm-hmm.
and then you till them into the soil.
Right, to get them started.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they'll grow for several months, and then I'll till the crop in, and that helps enrich the soil.
Very cool.
And
neat.
so another way that I enrich the soil is by compost. So I buy this fertilizer called azomite, and so it has like 50 different minerals in it. You know, because a lot of times, a lot of farms, they don't put minerals back like they should.
Right.
But I'm particular to, you know, spread the minerals out on the soil.
Right. There's so much nutrient depletion in our soil.
Yes.
So I love hearing how different farmers add those nutrients back into the soil.
Right.
Right. So important.
The plants can only get out of the soil what's in it.
Let's say that I put this on my kitchen counter or in the windowsill.
Yeah.
How long will it sit there before it's going to go bad?
You know, if you leave it there till next spring, it'll probably just stay good.
Really?
Yeah.
So this has a long shelf life. I am so excited
Me
about the winter squash.
There is a few celery plants, a row of sweet potatoes. It's
What's
like
that, kale?
Swiss chard, the
Swiss
different
chard,
colors.
yeah.
This is a late planting of sweet corn here. You know, I like to have flowers planted throughout the garden because they're good for the beneficial insects. These are extra sweet, sun gold cherry tomatoes.
Very sweet.
Yeah. I have red and yellow grape tomatoes.
And how do you get them to become yellow?
Just wait longer.
Beets. Wow, this basil smells amazing.
Well, so when they're brown, they're ready. Right over here is some acorn squash. Yeah, now you see why I brought the clippers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so important. You just forget, you don't realize how sturdy that stalk is.
Right.
Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, my basket is shaping up. That is adorable. That is so stinking cute. Ah. Thomas and I have been working together for the last 5 years. Recently, we've been on the search for the perfect restaurant space, while still running a culinary company full-time, where we travel all over the Southeast.
On the road again.
I'm really excited about this building.
We've probably looked at this point, over the course of the last several years, 15 buildings.
This
sure.
Obviously goes
That
away.
goes.
And this is a wall.
This gets closed off.
Right.
Right?
And then you get the wallpaper again on this side.
Okay, and don't forget to blow the leaves.
Yeah.
So we've got a helicopter pad. I mean, this is neat because this house is 100 years old.
Yeah.
I think there's a fun, and I envision that whole side yard being all gardens where you could come and walk around with your glass of wine and eat in the garden and that kind of thing. Wouldn't that be beautiful? This is a neat space.
It has a feel of inviting people over for dinner.
Right, like a dinner party.
Yes. That gate in Atlanta, but I was waiting on something I didn't know what it was.
Tell me about Missy. If you had to describe her in a word or two, what would that be?
Very creative, energetic, despite being so beautiful. She's also very talented and a lot of fun to be around.
Tell me about Tom.
He's funny. He makes me laugh.
I like that her taste, her talent, her creativity, that the way she thinks, the way she makes things look, whether it's food or our home, always finding things fun to do that's not involving work.
Typically, we don't get along when we are running late to go somewhere because I am maniacal about being on time. If I'm not early, then I feel like I'm late or going to be late, and that stresses me out. And he just has this great way of calming me down when I'm that stressed out.
I'm forever grateful that we met and started a life together.
He's the one. Okay, we are back in the French Magnolia Culinary Center, and tonight I am celebrating my 9th wedding anniversary to Tom. We have been married 9 years, but we got married on the 1-year anniversary of our first date. So we are also celebrating 10 years together tonight. So I am going to make a butternut squash soup. But instead of having a velvety, silky finish, I wanted a hearty finish because I want to have it as our main course. But first, I'm gonna make this beautiful fall pesto to finish the soup with. So let's get started. I have an entire bunch of curly parsley and a bunch of flat leaf Italian parsley, destemmed. I also have 1 package of beautiful sage. Then a half a cup of walnuts. Give this a couple of pulses. Perfect. I don't want to overdo it. Now we're gonna add 4 cloves of garlic. Give it 2 more pulses. Half a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of coarse black pepper. And I am going to slowly add in this olive oil and just give it little pulses as I do this. Slowly add it in, just like the homemade French mayonnaise. I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of very good quality organic extra virgin olive oil. Now we're gonna add a half a cup of finely, freshly grated Parmesan Reggiano. And the one thing about Parmesan to remember is that it's fairly salty. So that's why I didn't want to over salt the pesto at the beginning. Okay, see how easy that was? So I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator while I'm making the soup. Okay, so tonight is date night, and I love soup as a main course. I am gonna show you guys how to cut and peel a butternut squash. I'm gonna teach you how to make this beautiful, elegant, hearty butternut squash stew. Perfect for date night for two, or just an easy fall dinner party where you really wanna spend a lot of time with your guests. Any type of vegetable with a hard shell on it can be a little intimidating, but it's actually easier to deal with than you think. It takes a few minutes to get it all done. Keep rolling. The trick is to get the squash peeled and take the white pithy part away, but to not lose a lot of the squash. And I'm gonna just cut it right here. Boom. Okay. Cut off the end. A half a stick of good unsalted butter. While the butter is melting, go ahead and cut the bulb in quarters. And now we're going to take out the inside parts and all of the seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these quarters in half one more time. What we're doing at this point is making a butternut squash stock. Now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 quart organic chicken stock. I'm gonna make sure that this is on high, and I'm gonna let these butternut squash wedges cook for about 20 minutes in the soy and the stock. Then we're gonna come back when they're soft and mash them. It's gonna be so yummy. We're back here with the neck of the butternut squash. Just cut it in half. It's always a little awkward trying to get a perfect cube out of an oddly shaped vegetable. But the best thing to do is use your common sense, number one, but also slice it in half lengthwise, then make nice long slices, cut it in half lengthwise, cut it in half lengthwise again, and then just small, petite little cubes. It's a rustic, hearty soup, and it needs a little rustic, hearty cube. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like to just make sure that my small cubes are gonna fit in a soup spoon. You're gonna want 1 butternut squash that weighs between 2 and 3 pounds. 1 stick of butter. 5 garlic cloves. And again, I'm gonna use my garlic masher, a teaspoon of white pepper, and a half teaspoon of salt. Add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Tomato paste is gonna add a little bit of sweet and a tiny bit of acid at the same time. 1 quart of sliced organic leeks. A beautiful soup makes a very elegant main course, and it also allows you to spend time with your guests. And I am all about easy when it comes to entertaining. I'm gonna let these leeks sweat and kind of clear out a little bit and do their thing, maybe 5 minutes. I measured out the neck of that butternut squash, and it came to about 1.5 quarts. Add your butternut squash, give it a good stir. Now add 1 quart of organic chicken stock. So I took a bag of dry northern white beans and soaked them in salty water overnight. Make sure that your eye on the stove is on high. You're gonna bring this up to a boil, then turn it down just a little bit and simmer it for about half an hour. We're gonna bring back our butternut squash wedges and soy sauce and butter, and we're gonna use a potato masher. Love the potato masher. Final step. I have my leeks and my white beans. They've been simmering for a few minutes. Now I'm gonna add it in to our butternut squash puree stock. And you might be thinking, well, it's not fancy enough for a wedding anniversary dinner. but I think it is. I think it's all about the flavor. The flavors are what make it fancy. I'm gonna fold that butternut squash puree stock that we made into the soup. Gorgeous, colorful, flavorful. Get your soup on the stove on a high flame, cover it for about 30 minutes. Our butternut squash stew is ready. Beautiful. Flavors are what make it fancy. And our beautiful homemade pesto, some Parmesan ribbons, a spoon, and our nutmeg and little nutmeg grinder.
From the other side of Thompson Street, I felt love for a little while. 'Cause you looked beautiful in the sunset glow, in that sunset glow. You looked more beautiful than anyone I know, than anyone I know.
Oh, wow.
Dinner?
Yes. Thank you. Oh. I'm so glad that we're at home.
Me too.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And this has a great story. Happy anniversary dinner.
Happy anniversary.
I love you.
I love you. Wow. That is very, very special.
That's going to be perfect with the soup. This is a viognier.
Say it again, what is that?
Viognier.
Viognier.
Viognier. And it's from Northern Rhone. And it's in the same region as that Marsanne we had that you love so much.
So Viognier, is that a place or is that the grape? What is Viognier?
So Viognier is the grape, okay? The place is Contrieu, C-O-N-T-R-I-E-U is the place. It's a commune in Northern Rhone. And Viognier, this AOC, this appellation of Contrieu, almost died due to phylloxera, the fungus that killed so much vines and grapes and vineyards in Europe. George is the son, his name's on the bottle, as his daughter Christine, who actually made the wine. George's dad actually started the vineyard in 1937. George took it over in 53. George, the grandfather, planted some of the first Viognier vineyards in this area to bring back this whole region. So he brought this whole region back to life. And after he created this vineyard, others followed. And then the negociants and the wine merchants started marketing and creating the demand for these special wines that were almost lost forever. So we're drinking third generation of a guy who brought back a grape we may not have otherwise been able to enjoy. Isn't that cool? Wow. The first generation, second generation, the third generation is his daughter, and she has been working this vineyard for 20 years organically and has now just gotten certified, because getting certified organic is an expensive process, but now she's going towards biodynamic. You know, we talk about drinking liquid history, that's what this is.
winter squash is a bit of a surprise. How can so much yumminess come from just one vegetable? Day after day, month after month, its ordinary shell rolls around on the counter, retaining its internal goodness with zero effort on our part. Like marriage, most days, even months, are filled with friendship and passion, mixed with long work hours, endless errands, a million decisions big and small, and the never-ending constant list of chores. But there's a kind of intimacy and delicious joy that comes from what can seem boring. Maybe what looks ordinary on the outside is really filled with lasting, abiding, deep-rooted love and internal passion waiting to be shared.
Smith County, Virginia, located in the mountains of Southwest Virginia, offering outdoor adventures and small town charm. Details online at visitsmithcountyva.com.